Good afternoon, everybody. It's Graham once again from Unearthed, and it seems like an age since I've been sat here talking to you wonderful people. If you can hear that in the background, we've got lambing going on. The sheep are having lambs, so you'll get a little bit of background noise in between me doing this video. And I've just smacked my balls on the side of the pen, carrying a chair in, so I'm a little bit of discomfort. So there you go. What a start to this film. But the sheep will disappear in a couple of minutes. They'll get bored. They're after food, like they are always. Right, so this episode of Detecting Talk will be quite interesting for you people like me that are quite active on social media, and seeing a lot of these anti-detecting groups, pages that are cropping up from these heritage type individuals, shall I call them, without being too disrespectful. I'm pretty much fed up of anything that's uncovered or found or discovered or whatever the word is, and it brings joy to thousands of people reading about a Roman villa being unearthed, or a medieval settlement, or a Bronze Age whatever being uncovered in counties across the UK, and they celebrate the fact that it's of national interest. And then a few days later they start saying, oh, by the way, it was Nighthawks, or Detectorists have been on. So a couple of days earlier they celebrated the fact that these wonderful discoveries have taken place, and the Archies have done a terrific job in uncovering it before this new housing estate is built and it's lost forever. And then it strikes me that they can't wait to put the knife into the Detectorists a couple of days later, using the media as a tool against us. One example is this latest quite unique Roman villa site over at Scarborough on the east coast, where they've uncovered this rather large and complex villa structure, and in celebration of that, it was all over the BBC, and I think maybe Sky News and a couple of the other news channels launched it on Facebook and celebrated the fact that it had been found. And then 2 days later they reported it had been nighthawked. Didn't like the sound of that. Something's fallen anyway. It had been nighthawked, but there was no evidence of this being nighthawked. There was reports coming out quite quickly afterwards that because it was on near an estate, the kids were climbing under the fence and running amok all over the archaeological site. So I started arguing and fighting the corner of the Detectorists on some of these social media sites, Facebook in particular, where people were saying, ban detecting, Detectorists are all the same, they're all greedy, they're all this, that and the other. They treat us like something they've stood on, and it's wrong. So I've started calling a couple of these idiots out and arguing with these so-called archaeological masters of their own universe, and saying, where's your evidence of that this has been nighthawked? By all accounts, the kids are climbing under the fence, breaking in and running amok, with the bikes and things, and kicking around in amongst all the rubble, and so on and so forth. And then, lo and behold, we find out that the site has got security, nighttime security. A site of such national importance as that Roman villa site should have protection. Yeah, right. But it did. It had security, nighttime security on it. Yet apparently it was still nighthawked. Now you tell me, would a thief armed with a detector, remember these people are not detectorists at Nighthawk, by the way, would a thief armed with a detector climb under a fence when there's nighttime security there and detect? Would he find a great deal after it's been excavated? Probably not anyway, right? So just no evidence. But what happens is they find this amazing discovery of this Roman site of national importance, as I've said earlier, and then they think, right, we'll use the media to bash the detecting community because we can use the media as a tool for us against them. And they say, oh, it's been nighthawked. We didn't see any pictures of any evidence of nighthawking on that site, but there was reports coming through on social media, on Facebook, of children playing and running amok day and night on there. Right, so the police report on that. The police did a statement on it that it'd been vandalised. No mention. The police report was no mention of people with metal detectors or detectors being used or night hawking, anything of that nature. It just said somebody had been in or people had been in, climbed under the fence or whatever it was. If you see anything, call this number, Crime Stoppers, or whatever it might be. Right. So I think the Archies, well, when I say Archies, I think some of these heritage groups are playing dirty tricks. Well, two can play that game, can't we? So I'm going to start uncovering as much as I can some dirt on them at some point, because I'm fed up to the back teeth of these heritage type people slurring detectorists. They do not understand the work that we do, the valuable work that we do, trudging up and down ploughed fields for hours on end, saving objects from sheer destruction. They just don't understand that. And also, here's another thing while we're on this subject. As you can see, it annoys the hell out of me. Here's another thing which really annoys me. I'm friends with a lot of farmers. Good and bad, you know. That's just the way the world works in my life. You know, we're sheep farmers ourselves, which is good. So I know a lot of farmers, and I'm on a lot of farmers. I even started talking like a farmer. Farmers. I'm on a lot of farming Facebook groups, Facebook pages where they're very active. Sheep UK, Sheep Farmers UK, you know, smallholders, Farms UK, whatever it might be, all over social media, where they're reporting lambs being taken by foxes on a regular basis, lambs being attacked by COVIDs, they're reporting tractors being stolen and rural crime on the increase, and them feeling a little bit let down by the police at times because they're not doing enough to tackle rural crime. Farmers are having to go to the far ends of the universe to protect their farms and make sure they've got proper security up because they're getting targeted by gangs of thieves. On a regular basis on social media this comes up. However, you never hear farmers complaining about their fields being night attacked. Never. Now if they were, let me knock that off. If they were regularly being night hawked by these huge gangs of night hawkers all over the place, the first thing the farmers would do was stick it all over social media. Our fields got hit last night by night hawkers. We never hear it. We never read it. So it tells me it's a very, very tiny minority of idiots that go out there at night with detectors. But you put that alongside rural crime where tractors and quad bikes and trailers are being stolen on a regular basis. Far outweighs it. So what's going on? I'll tell you now, there's a dirty tricks campaign against detectorists and I ain't having it. I'll tell you now, I ain't having it. I'm going to start calling these people out bit by bit. And if I'm on my own, standing up against them, that's all be it. If you want to join me and stand up for detectorists, do it. This is only part one of part two because I've got more information, but the time's ticking by. I've got to get back. Before I disappear, thanks for the well wishes of Melanie. She's going through a treatment at the moment at Preston. This week it's over, a treatment's over, a therapy's over, and then we can slowly start getting back into the swing of things. I've neglected so much over the, because we're lambing, Mel's illness, trying to run Unearthed, it's just tiring us out, both of us out. So you might see some changes with Unearthed in the next couple of weeks, but it won't have a detrimental effect on the business. It just means we'll be shutting for one day a week from the in the near future, just to get a little bit of time and rest. But it will not stop our business operating as it does and serving you wonderful people in the detecting community. It just means we're going to be a bit smarter the way we work. Okay, I'm going to disappear now. Thanks for watching, and watch out for part two next week. Bye for now.